y'all, and welcome to the season 2 finale of Embrace and Evolve with Cassie. I'm your host, Cassie, a life empowerment and grief coach. This space is where we talk about real life experiences, grief, healing, relationships, self growth, and everything in between. If you made it this far listening, healing, reflecting, or just surviving one episode at a time, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in, sharing, liking, commenting. I'm just excited. I'm so excited for all of you who, when I first started in season 1, now we're here in season 2, the finale, and I'm excited about season 3, so stay tuned for that. But before we get started into our topic, as you can see, I am wearing my t-shirt, and we know it is football season. Okay, it is football season, and yes, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan for life. DC4L. I know some of you like, girl, I didn't know you was a Dallas Cowboys fan. Yes, everybody always say we are and still is the Americans team. And some of you might argue, well, you haven't won a Super Bowl in quite some time, but did your team? I know we have these Eagles fans and the Kansas Chiefs. I ain't talking about y'all too. I'm talking about the other, like, you know who you are. But anyway, but yes, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. And of course, we play on Thursday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. But I am disappointed in Jerry. Now, Jerry, if you're listening to this episode, somebody put this podcast and let Jerry hear it. Why, Jerry? Why did you let your best defensive player go? Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was a good defensive player. So if you did it for Prescott, why you couldn't do it for Parsons? Parsons was great. But look, as you can see, I'm smiling. I am wearing my t-shirt proud. Okay. I know some of you like, girl, seriously. Yes, seriously. I do watch college football too. And I am a Woo-Sah Arkansas Razorback fan. Yeah, I know a lot of Alabama, a lot of Georgia fans are out there, college football. And also I do like UT, the Longhorns. They've been playing really good for the last couple of years. But overall, college football, I am a Arkansas Razorback fan. But anyway, I am wearing my Dallas Cowboys fan, my t-shirt. I am a fan, my the Dallas Cowboys fan shirt today. So I want everybody to see. You see how the blue and white goes together and it matches my glasses? Yes. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into this episode. Today's episode is called Healing Isn't Linear. Giving yourself grace in the process. So we need to take time and give ourselves some grace. Stop beating ourselves up in situations, but you have to give yourself grace. And that's what we will be talking about today, because some days, y'all know, some days you feel strong. Some days you feel you have this strength in you, you have this motivation. Other days it takes everything just to get out of bed, just to push yourself like, oh, here's another day. Here's Monday, here's Tuesday. But it gets like that. I mean, you just gonna have to give yourself grace. We're not perfect, we're human. So one week, like I stated, you're motivated. The next, you're weeping in silence. You don't know why you're weeping. You don't know why you're crying. Sometimes you don't even know why you're depressed. Some things just come upon you or over you, and you just feel like crying and you just feel depressed. You have these anxieties. You can't sleep at night. Like I said, it is okay. You are human. You think you're over it. I know, like, some days I'm like, I am so over it. I don't want to deal with today. I don't even want to talk to no one today. Seriously, I'm even though I'm laughing, but I'm so serious. It's like I am so over today. I am so over, like, things or some people. It's like that. So until something triggers you, you're right back in the thick of it. So anything can trigger you. Anything can trigger you. Somebody can say something. Somebody can eat something wrong, or maybe even walk by. Because I know, like, being around people, or just my opinion, you can speak to some people and they just like, why are you talking like that? Why are you so happy? It's morning time. Why are you so happy? Why are you so excited? And just some people just have those days that they are over it. Like, we don't know what's going on in the inside with them. But yeah, that's how some people are. But that doesn't mean like you're broken, doesn't mean that you're mean, it doesn't mean that you're not happy, doesn't mean that you don't have any peace. That means that basically you're healing in some areas, that you're healing. And healing isn't a straight line. Let's breathe through the truth today together. So we're going to breathe through this. We're going to walk through this together. So there's this unspoken pressure to get over things fast, like to bounce back, to smile quicker, um, even to stop talking about it. Like days that you just don't want to talk about it. You just want to forget about it. You want to move on. But sometimes people try to bring up things to you and you like, I don't want to talk about it. And people try to pressure you about it. But you just don't want to talk about it. So if a person don't want to talk about it, don't pressure them. But healing doesn't follow a calendar. There. Have you ever struggled to find the words for the pain you're carrying? My Heart Forgot to Tell You is more than just a journal. It's a safe place for your grief, your memories, and your healing, whether you're missing a loved one or navigating the weight of loss. This guided journal gives you space to reflect, remember, and release. You don't have to hold it all in. Start your healing journey today. Grab your copy of My Heart Forgot to Tell You, available now on Amazon. There's no deadline in healing, no finish line in healing, no perfect pace in healing. If you ever wonder, why am I still crying about this? There's days that you're crying, and some days you don't even know why you're crying. Or some days, you'll think about something and it hurts you really bad and you just start crying. Then you start saying, like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I say this? Or shouldn't I be past this now? I should be past this now. Like, it can be 2-3 years later. And you ask a question like, man, I should have been past this by now. Like, why I'm still stuck here? You're human. It is okay. One question you might ask yourself: why does one small thing ruin my whole day? Things can ruin your whole day. Past relationship, you might be getting over a breakup, and one little small thing triggers you, and it can ruin your whole day, throw your day off. You're upset, you're angry, and it's like that. And it's okay. It is okay. So the answer is you're still healing, and that's okay. It is okay to ask those questions, but it doesn't mean you have to stay there. It is okay for you to keep going back, or because sometimes, when you keep thinking about some things, or you can go weeks thinking about that situation, or that trauma, or that grief, or that relationship that happened, and you keep going back and asking those questions. It is okay to continue to ask yourself, because that is part of healing. And I always recommend, even on the last episode, when the licensed professional counselor Melody says, get you a journal. Get you a journal. If those questions keep coming up and you have to keep asking yourself, write it down. Keep writing those questions, and then keep expressing your thoughts about it. Maybe a couple of weeks later, you can go back and look, or even years later, you can go back and look at that journal and be like, I came a long way. So that is part of healing. Some wounds don't leave clean scars. It doesn't. It doesn't leave clean scars. It listen, it hurts. And I remember being in relationships, being rejected. Yes, it hurts. It leaves some scars. And what I have an issue with is, especially like when you going through a breakup, and some people don't know how to talk with people when they're going through a breakup. Like, for in the relationships, you dealing with this individual, and it is hard to get over someone that you once loved. And some people, even friends, I wouldn't say bully, but like, girl, get over it. Man, if you don't get over that girl that moved on, that boy that moved on, and you still holding on, we're still hurting. It's a breakup. And even like some people that been married for years, and trying to tell you, like, move on, God got somebody else for you. Yes, we know that God has somebody else for us, but in the process, we are trying to heal before we get into a new relationship. So don't be selfish, you know show compassion, be a good friend, be a good family member, and talk to that person. It might be, they might talk about it all the time, but that's part of their healing. And they are expressing their thoughts, they expressing their feelings to you. So show a little compassion. And some chapters require rereading before you can close the book. Reread it, keep rereading, keep starting over. And then at the end of the chapter, if you know that you are healed, begin to close the book. And let me say this clearly: a setback is not the same as starting over. You can fall apart and still be further along than you were 6 months ago. You can have a bad week and still be healing beautifully. Listen, I am a witness. I can have a bad week, but I know down on the inside, I am healing. I am healing through my grief. I'm healing through friendships. I'm healing through relationships. You can't tell me nothing. A lot of people never seen this confidence that I have in me. I have so much confidence. God had to deliver me. Had to deliver me. I left everything at the altar and asked God to purge, to cleanse me. And he did just that. And I'm so forever grateful that God took me in a place that I was afraid of. I was trying to hold on to that thing. But God said, surrender it all to me. And I did. And that's what I did. And then I started writing in my journal. And I'm so grateful that God blessed me with a good counselor. She's a Christian counselor, but God put these counselors on earth for you to go talk with them because mental health awareness matters. So I always stress this. Go see a counselor, go talk about it. And once you talk about it, you'll feel much better. Some things you can't talk to your friends about, some things you can't talk to your family members about. And even when you talk to the counselor, it is confidential and you feel so much better. You can cry again today. Listen, and still be stronger tomorrow. Ooh, listen, you can cry again today, but tomorrow it will make you stronger. Because sometimes you just need to cry it out. And once you cry it out, it's like a burden lifted. It was lifted off of you because it was so heavy. And the moment you just start healing it, you will feel so much better. Much better. Healing looks like progress. Then again, pause, grace, then grief, strength, then softness. It's not linear, and that's not a flaw. That's the design. Excuse me. That's the design. So, what does it mean to give yourself grace? What does it mean? Actually mean? It means speaking gently to yourself, even you're disappointed. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be so hard on yourself. Speak gently to yourself. Don't don't be disappointed. Just like, girl, I know it's challenging, but I can make it. Melanie said, you matter. Speak softly to yourself. Speak those affirmations to yourself. Like, I'm worthy. I'm so beautiful. I know I messed up. I know there will be days that will be challenging, but I know that I can see myself through. Just speak gentle to yourself because you are valuable. You are worth it. Resting without guilt. Rest your mind, rest your thoughts, rest your body without feeling guilt, without feeling guilty. Allowing space for your emotions, even when they're inconvenient. Allowing space for your emotions. It's okay. We all human. You have emotions. Not measuring your worth by your productivity. Grace says this: I may not be where I thought I'd be, but I'm still growing. I might not be where I want to be, but yet I'm still growing. I might not be a perfect person, yet I'm still growing. I'm still growing in that thing. I'm still learning in that thing. I'm still learning in this experience. I'm still learning in that situation. I don't have to be healed to be whole. I don't have to be. I can love myself. Listen, I can love myself here mid process. Grace is soft, it's soft, but grace is stronger than shame. So let's pause and look back on what we walked through together this season. We talked about a lot of things in this season. We had two special guests that I'm forever grateful for the counselors to come and sow their time and sow their practical insight to the listeners so we can heal together. So you face the layers of grief. It might not be grief, might be through relationships. You named the silent battles. You talked about stress, spiritual pain, triggers, relationships, and that B word, yes, boundaries. Like I stated, you gonna have to set boundaries for you to heal. I know that you want to be there for everyone, but you need to set boundaries for yourself and take time out for you to heal. It's not being selfish, it's being real. This is your life. People at night sleeping and you tossing and turning because someone called you and dumped their situation or what they going through on you, and you still dealing with what you going through. So set those boundaries. You learn to sit in your truth. You learn that survival is not the goal, but healing is. You've grown even on days it didn't feel like it, but you have grown. And you should pat yourself on the back, give yourself a round of applause because you have grown from many situations. So I want to ask you, and write this in your journal, what part of you feels stronger than it did at the beginning of this season? The next question I want to ask, what truth are you learning to hold gently? And what grace can you give yourself moving forward? What does my healing or really look like right now? And what kind of grace do I need most in this season? So I need you to write these questions down in your journal. And then I need you to go back within 30 days and read your answers. I read those questions. You might have to rewind and write them down, but I need you to write those questions down and see where you are in 30 days. It might not be 30 days. It might be 60 days. It might be even 6 months to a year. So I just want you to go reflect on your answer of what you have written in your journal. And also, I need you to write this affirmation. My healing may be messy, but it is mine. Let me say it again. My healing may be messy, but it is mine. I trust the process. Trust the process, and I honor my progress. So whatever you do, trust the process. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, whether you've been listening every week, catching episodes when you can, or this is your first time, know this: your healing matters, your tears matters, your life, your peace, your growth. It all matters. And love on yourself. If you need support along the way, I'm still here. I'm preparing for season 3, but you can also connect with me at embraceandevolve25@gmail.com and explore grief tools, journals, and healing resources at cassified.shop. This may be end of season 2. I know I'm a little bit sad about it, but this has been a great season. But your journey continues. So keep breathing, keep growing, and above all, give yourself grace. You are evolving and you are not alone. I'll see you again soon on Embrace and Evolve with Cassie. Have a great day.